Hey guys, I'm here. I've got my mat set up and I've got my toys that we use for Self Myofascial Release. First and foremost, I kind of wanted to give you a little introduction and a little background on what Self Myofascial Release is, foam rolling or whatever you want to call it. To understand why we do this, we have to get a knowledge of our kinetic chain. So basically, you have a kinetic chain. Your kinetic chain is comprised of your muscles, your ligaments, your joints, tendons, and it works together as a unit as your kinetic chain. When one of those units is not working efficiently or properly, it'll put pressure on other parts of the kinetic chain to overcompensate. So what happens is the muscles that are overcompensating are getting worked on so much and so hard that it leads to tissue overload, muscle soreness, muscle tightness, fatigue, negative movement patterns, and ultimately injury. For example, sometimes we feel like we have muscle tightness in some places. Muscle tightness restricts movements from your body parts. So if your back is tight or your chest is tight, it'll restrict the movement your arm can go. So with Self Myofascial Release, you can get in there and kind of undo all of the tightness that has been accumulated. There's so much science behind this, so that's just a little bit of information. So with that being said, I'm just gonna jump right into it and talk to you guys about some of the tools that we have for Self Myofascial Release. And I'll show you ways to kind of aid in recovery. So there are a ton of different tools out there for recovery. So I'm just gonna go through a couple, the ones that I have and the ones that have worked for me. So starting with the foam roller, this is the most common one. There are different types of foam rollers. This one's smooth and it's actually the softest. This is what I guess the beginner's foam roller would look like. Next, we have these bad boys and they're pretty much, they look like tennis balls. You can actually use tennis balls and they come in this little pack because you can use them individually or you can use them as a pair. So this is what it looks like. It's called Yoga Tune-Up Ball. These are kind of expensive. I think it's like $30. I don't even know really, but you can also use tennis balls, but it won't be as hard. So depending on how tight you are or the pain you feel, you'll have to play around. The next one we got, a friend of mine gave me this, and he got it at roguefitness.com. It's called the Gemini, and it kind of does the same thing as the tennis balls would. You see it's kind of shaped similarly, and this would go on the right outside of your spine. This bad boy is called the Supernova, and I got this one for Taz last year for Christmas. Think about this as like a lacrosse ball. You could also use a lacrosse ball or a golf ball, anything with a hard surface you can use. But this is for those hard to reach places that the foam roller would generally not reach. So I use this for my shoulder, for my piriformis, my glutes, my legs. But again, I will show you guys through this. I'll also put the links to everything in the description box below in case you guys want to do a little bit more research on it. So last but not least, we have this bad boy. And this is called the Roll Recovery. I also got this for Taz last year for Christmas. And this is very big in the runner's world. Usually it's just your legs and it just goes like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but again, I'll go over it. All of this stuff hurts a shit ton, but we have to endure that pain to find the relief that we need. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna start with the foam roller. I'm gonna let it play and I'll probably do a commentary over it about what I'm doing. So here we go. So I like to start from the bottom up. So you see me here, I am foam rolling my calves. Basically what you wanna do, think about the motto, search and destroy. So you wanna foam roll until you find that tense, almost tender spot. When you find that, you want to kind of stay on that spot until it starts to release. It will hurt, but you want to stay on that spot for about 30 to 60 seconds. As you see here, once I'm on the spot, I am putting the muscle through the range of motion. So basically, same thing with the calves. When you find that tense spot, you want to flex and point your foot to put the muscle through the range of motion. You want to handle your back the exact same way as your other body parts. Try to be as relaxed as possible and not holding in any tension. You want to do your entire back, not neglecting any part of it. Just remember to breathe throughout the entire exercise. Here I am with the Supernova. Like I said earlier, this is for the harder to reach areas. Here I am working on my glute, a part of the body where the foam roller won't quite get in as deep as I would like it. Next with the hamstring and the calf, same thing. The foam roller does get to it, but this just applies a little bit more pressure where needed. Here I am working on my back, and like I mentioned before, you want to put the muscle that you're working on through its motion to kind of release the tightness. Same thing with the chest area. And next we're going to move on to the tune-up ball. I'm just going to put it on the outside of my spine and kind of sit there and relax on the ball, breathing through the pain. You want to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I wasn't getting the tension that I needed to release my back, so I switched to the Gemini as you see here. And then I move on to the roll recovery. The cool thing about this is that it has the inline skater wheels, so it gets really deep into the muscles, and here I am working on my hamstring, my quads, and my calves. This is actually the toughest, but at the same time the gentlest. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video on Self Myofascial Release, and I hope it helped you in some way. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them down in the comment box, and I will answer them as best as I can. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas 18. Thank you so much Everlast for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 19. Go foam roll!